Alright, hello everybody. This is like my first video on like a tutorial about schematic HTML. So one second, let's just go back to the top here. So I'm in VS Studio Code, VS Code. You can use any code editor for this, but I really recommend using VS Code, and I'll show you in a second. So I'm going to create a new file here. Usually you would do index.html for your first index HTML, but I already have one, so I'm just going to go do something like secondary. You can name it anything. I'm just naming it secondary because I just like saying that word, I guess. Now, to save you some time, the benefit of VS Code is that you have Emmet pre-installed. So I can do something like this: HTML, and then scroll down 1 to 5, and then boom, I got the boiler code. So you don't have to type all this out or look for it all, or copy and paste it. So it's really easy. You can install Emmet on, I think, many other text editors. I can't think of the names right now. Like Sublime, I think, has it. Notepad++ might have it. But on this one, it comes pre-installed. So if you just want something that's ready to go, let's go ready to go. So this would be our secondary. Here's the index. So we have, I'm going to share this file with you guys too on my GitHub, so you can just look it up. So we have a section, and sections are basically just grouped content that's similar to the topic of the page. And you can have like an ice cream shop, and each section would show different flavors of ice cream but still be related. Now if we go down to the article, articles are, they basically hold standalone content, like Facebook comments, how every comment would be individualized, but they are very similar to sections, almost identical. So you can use either one. I recommend just using articles because it's easier. Sections are a little tricky. You need to set up some area label, and I just don't think it's worth it. Now you can have sections within sections, and you can have articles within sections, and vice versa. So you can put them inside of each other, and it doesn't matter if it's the same or different. So it's very easy to label your content as such. You might be wondering, why do we do this instead of divs? It's mainly because it's easier for screen readers to understand. SEO type reasons. It's just better to use this kind of thing for that they can understand where all the content is on your page. Google's web crawler, so boost your page to the top of the search results, which is really important for like any website, especially if you're selling products. So we have a header. They hold headings, logos, authors' names. You can have many headers on a page. I used to think you could only have one, but you can put them inside of an article or section. You can do like a H1. H1s usually only have one on your page, and it's for the title of your web page, because if you have too many H1s, it basically confuses the bots that search index your page. There's H1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm assuming that you may have heard of those before. If not, it's not really important for this right now. We have a footer, which is usually at the bottom of your website, but you can put it at the bottom of your article or section, and it will show like additional links, copyright, extra contacts. I usually just put my name there so that they know that I made the site. You can check out other websites to see a better example. We have a nav, usually at the top of websites within a header, like the top header, and it will link you to different parts of the page. These are anchor tags that you put links in. They're not connected to anything, but this is just what example of what you would put inside the nav bar. Now we have an aside, usually in a sidebar. It would have content related to like what's in the section, like it would show other ice cream flavors and stuff like that in there. Or like user comments, but not really user comments. Figure and fig caption. This is an interesting one that I learned about recently. You would put, it's not really an independent image, it would just show an image. You can put it within a section, or it would be an independent image because you usually only put one in there. Let's see here. That's Control Z. And then you would have a thick caption, which would be inside the figure. It's really important that it's at the bottom or the top of the figure, and it would display a caption. Like it would tell them what the image is. These are all commented out right now, so you wouldn't see this if you go to the website. Now this one is a main. You would basically put all your main content in here, but you wouldn't have like an article, a side, footer. You wouldn't have the main, inside an article, a side, footer, a header, or nav element. It's basically like the first, you would put. I'm going to show you an example later, so just stay with me a little bit. So we have, we're putting it all together right now. I feel like I missed something. Did I miss something? No, I guess I didn't. It took much longer to put together than to read through it. So we have the header, which would have the logo of your company or whatever, and then you put the nav bar in the header with the links. And you would close the nav bar, close the header, and then put the main in. Now you can do article section within article within section. Basically, you want an article, and if that has more separate content, you can put 2 or 3 articles within it. You don't want to nest too deeply, otherwise it becomes really kind of ugly looking. You can see here's my header with my header information, random details, the aside, additional information. Maybe I would move this out of the header and put it into here, because I don't really see a reason why that needs to be in the header. Now that I've done that. And remember, you can put articles within articles or a section within an article. It doesn't matter. This article has a figure. You can easily put the figure up here, but this is just for under example. And the thick caption that just says my caption. You don't really use like p tags. I've seen a lot of people just write it out like this with this certain element, which is interesting. And then here's an additional section that's outside of this main, so you can do like different content, a different header, another description, subtitle. Oh yeah, the header is like right here. So yeah, that's outside of the header. That's fine. And then here's a footer that's part of this section, or it should be. It's actually chopped off the bit here. Switch that. I guess I added this part really quickly and I didn't notice. So let me fix that really quickly. You can put this section, put it at the bottom of the section, but it isn't really used very much. Or you can put it just outside of the main. And this is the more popular footer. Now, I'm going to ask you guys, if you've been following along with this tutorial, to actually make this yourself. It doesn't have to be exactly like this, but you can follow the semantics of what I showed you and try to make your own website. You don't have to put any content in between. You can just write comments like this and it won't show up. But you can send it to me and I can look at it and I can help you guys. You can follow me on Twitter. You don't have to follow me. You can message me on Twitter. Or you can message me on LinkedIn or my GitHub, which is going to be where you're going to get this file. So I didn't list it here. So that's how you can contact me if you need help with semantic HTML. It's been nice talking to you guys, and I hope to see you really soon. Peace.